We doing like a group meditation thing today? Just kind of sit here and be quiet, look at each other. What do you think? I think that could be beneficial. You know what? I could use a little quiet time today. I tell you the truth. It has been an interesting week. Has anybody else had an interesting week?
Just a
Yeah, I
hard
didn't, I
one.
didn't realize it was gone.
Yeah.
It went so fast.
Well, yeah, we're coming up on, mid-March here, the Ides of March.
Well,
Hero. Beware the Ides of March. We're also coming up on St. Patty's Day. So everybody get your corned beef and cabbage and copious amounts of whatever you drink. It's Fun Friday, so we got to tell a joke. Irish joke, anybody? Irish joke? Yes? No? No? Come on, Julia. Are you going to be offended if I give you an Irish joke? No? Okay. So don't get offended now. I know we're in the age of everyone's offended about everything. Oh my God. All right. So how many Irishmen does it take to screw in a light bulb? 4. 1 to hold the bulb and 3 to drink until the room spins.
Good.
Yay.
That's good.
All right. Who else has a joke? It's Fun Friday. I need jokes. Come on.
I know. God.
Or dogs. Anybody got a dog? Susan, are you walking your dog? Unmute so we can see the dog. She's not unmuting. She's waving. Okay. That's all right. Well, anyway, it's good to see you all. Anybody else got a joke?
I'm gonna have to start looking those up.
Yeah, do that, Maggie, because
I can't remember anything.
yeah,
I know.
Well, at least I came up with one since I was reminded of an Irish joke. We're coming up on St. Patrick's Day. Okay, very good. So first of all, I want to welcome our brand new members. And oh, wait, hey, there's Susan. Hey,
I'm here. Oh, I thought I would take a nice afternoon, nice time, sit outside, let the goats roam, let the chickens roam.
Can I see the goats?
And
yeah. Animals.
well, they always run in the chicken coop when it's open to eat their food. So I did the good thing and picked up the chicken food and put it someplace I thought was safe. And then the whole thing fell out. So I was cleaning up chicken feed, and now they're gonna finish cleaning up the deck.
Thank you. That's great. That you know what? We got to start our day with goats, everyone. Thank you, Susan.
Right, goats, chipmunks. What else do I got?
Eggs.
Are those green eggs?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
Nice fresh
See
eggs.
that, guys? Green eggs really exist.
Yeah.
I got the ham cooking too.
All right. So question on that, because I don't know anything, right? So do green eggs come out of a white chicken, or is it like a greenish looking chicken or something? Like, where do you get the green eggs?
The chicken's not green. The chicken is, we're not sure which one or both. One is brown, one is black.
Hmm.
The third one got eaten by a hawk. Oops.
Oh, I hate that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
So yes, they come out. It depends on their breed or race or
Right.
whatever.
Well,
Yeah.
I know red hens lay brown eggs and white hens lay white eggs, I think.
Okay.
Okay. So
Well,
maybe
these are
it's the black-
multicolored.
I guess the black
It's a
hen does the
rainbow.
green. Yeah. Okay. That's great.
The Wizard
Thank
of
you,
Oz.
Susan.
Okay.
Thank
go.
you.
You're
There's got to
welcome.
be some ideas for like a coffee cup or a T-shirt or something in
Yeah.
there on that. All right. So it's Fun Friday, guys. Pat, do you have a joke? Pat? Pat's muted. Pat, click the clicky thing on the clicker.
I was gonna say to the chicken and the colored eggs that we had a farm for a long time, and one of the things that I specialized in was getting the chickens and that laid different colored eggs. They laid blue and purple and green and yellow and all
Wow.
these colors. So we used to make it up and tell the kids they had an Easter basket. And
That's a good one.
Give them to the neighbor kids on their birthdays and things, but it was a lot of fun. But it's a different breed that, does the different colors.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Is there a joke in there, or do you have a chicken that you'd like to demonstrate? No?
Now, the only thing I can tell you about the chickens is my 3-year-old used to go in and read stories to them.
Wow. You know what? I have a friend in Canada whose chickens help themselves right into the house. Like I
Mhm.
saw her sitting on the couch and there was a chicken on the armrest. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Yeah, they're just like any other. She has a goose too. She has
We had a
goose.
couple of pigs that did that.
Interesting. Well, I'm gonna have chickens in a coop. Thank you. And they can have their little world out there. All right. Thank you, Pat.
Well,
Let's go to. Let's go
I've
to.
got a little possum that comes in when the weather gets cold. I have no idea how he gets into the house,
Ah,
but when the weather is cold, he comes in and he's very well behaved. If he has to use the bathroom, he goes into my bathroom and shower. And he cuddles up to the cat when it's really cold. And, then we don't feed him around. I think he eats the cat food. But, he goes out, he doesn't bother anybody,
guys, this is some interesting. Like, we got all kinds of different lifestyles on here, don't we? Like, I couldn't imagine having a wild animal in my house, right? I mean, I see like a mosquito, and it's like call the cavalry. Like, yeah, wow.
Well,
Okay.
I had to transport 3 mice the other day because, field mice, when it got real cold one day, they must have found how the possum get it. But they were under my bed, and I have a step, to assist me getting in the bed.
Mhm.
And they were running under it and around it. And I was sitting here watching, laughing. I mean, it was so much fun. But then I had to put a wire trap we used, put food in, they go in, and then the thing blows down. And we bring them out to the park and let them go out there.
Right. Thank
But,
you again, Pat. Let's hear from Scott and then Shaquille. Scott, you've got the floor. You got a joke?
Well, yes, if the delivery works.
Okay.
So, they're talking about ham and eggs. So I was thinking, if I had some ham, I could have some ham and eggs. If I had some eggs.
Ah, there you go. Thank you, Scott. Rated G, fun for the whole family. Thank you, sir. Where's Shaquille?
I'm over here, Johnny Boy.
There he is. What's up, brother?
Life, man. I just got out the shower, so excuse my relative.
Wow, I could smell it. So what is that cologne? Wow.
Funk. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It is actually we got some legend by Michael Jordan right here, because we all want to be legendary. My Zoom is blurring it out like it's a pornographic image or something, or maybe it's because of branding or something.
I think it was just the reflections, yeah,
or something like that, because my background is blurred. But anyway, guys, I got a question for you, and this is going to be a joke in the form of a question.
Please.
How does the man on the moon's barber cut his hair?
I don't know.
He clips it. Get it? He clips it. That's a knee slapper.
All right. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Shaquille. See, this is on policy. This is our policy. Somebody, we've got to tell a joke. We have to have jokes on Friday. Because look, why so serious, everybody, right? So, and I'm asking that to myself, by the way. Thank you, Shaquille. In fact, I just had a conversation with my mastermind group, and we were talking about the idea of being spontaneous in our promotions. So promoting your products and services and stuff. which is a very purposeful thing to do. But does anybody here go on to social media, whether that's, YouTube, TikTok, whatever is hot, right? And just for diversion, not because you're looking to make a buying decision, but just for diversion. You do, right?
Yeah.
And recently, I've had time on YouTube because, as I think I mentioned to you guys, I just bought this house and I'm like redoing the garage walls and ripping all the old wood shelves out and putting up, resurfacing the concrete. So for me, I go on there for instruction, right? So I don't know anything about construction, but these guys, I mean, they do, and I'm getting all these ideas on social media. Now, if I was, let's say, not qualified, right? I'm thinking, you know what, I'm going to call a professional on this. Wouldn't I be probably motivated to call the guy who did the video, right? I mean, it's assuming it was in the local area. Obviously, we're on the internet, so we're all over the world. But you see what the consideration that just came up for me was, well, I'd like to work with an expert. So as that relates to what you guys are doing with your business, you're not necessarily selling. In fact, in this forum, you're definitely not selling, expert construction services or something, but you are selling ideas to people. And don't we like to do business with people that we feel like we've got some affinity for, and I know this person to whatever degree, and I trust them. They've got a certain degree of credibility with me, right? How do you do that? How do you do that when you have most of what we put our attention on, probably, right? I can tell you for myself, most of what I put my attention on are things that are, probably not entertainment, right? Not diversions. It's more like on purpose kind of stuff. I work a lot, right? How many of you work a lot? Whether that's in this capacity here with building your e-commerce business, or, here's your office work, the factory, whatever you're doing to keep the lights on while you're building your e-commerce business. So a lot of that stuff isn't diversions, isn't fun and flippancy. Okay, it's on purpose stuff, which is the definition of work. It's on purpose action. So here's the question then guys, especially since it's Fun Friday, is now that we know that we're real people and that Pat has chickens and mice and possums that live with her, and Susan's got green eggs, and Shaquille has funny jokes, right? So how do we bring that into the marketplace to make you more relatable? A lot of times people look at here's where I'm going with this. If it was John Lavenia designing every single t-shirt, every single cup, and take my name out, put Rachel's, put yours. If it was just us, just one of us, right, who were solely responsible for putting out content via coffee mugs, t-shirts, pillowcases, ornaments, printable items, well, you know what? We'd saturate the market pretty quick, and we would have very limited reach. I had no idea that Susan had the goats and green eggs. What is going on with my throat today? All right. So I had no idea. And now I know Susan better because we just had a little diversion there. It wasn't, had nothing to do with business per se, although people buy from people, right? And Susan has a very different approach than Shaquille. And Shaquille has a very different approach than Scott. And so what am I getting at here? You're able to communicate things and connect with people in a way that I can't. Rachel can't. So no need to put any one person on a pedestal or something and say, oh, well, they succeed because they're special. No, they succeed because, like we were talking about on Wednesday, they do things in a certain way. That way of confidence and certainty and no doubt and just putting stuff out there. And by the way, it doesn't all connect. It doesn't all, fall on, some of it falls on deaf ears. Some of it falls on the ideal target audience. But the point is that we're putting ourselves out there. And in your world, it's going to be very different than mine. And guess what? You're going to connect with people who I don't connect with. And I'm going to connect with people that you don't connect with. But again, people buy from people. Look, one of the reasons why we have this whole forum, and not just on Fun Friday, okay? But I'm supposed to wear a Hawaiian shirt or a funny hat. Sorry, guys, I failed you. It's been a crazy, crazy friggin' day and week, but I'll make up for it next week. But part of the reason we have this entire forum is because this isn't just you staring at a computer screen all day. That's not what this is about. I've got a member who's just getting started with our advanced group, okay, which some of you are learning about, and you may be invited to participate in the advanced, like the launch program. So if you're new here, go through your accelerator videos and get oriented as to the bigger operation that's going on behind the scenes here, because there's a lot that's going on. But I can tell you that this person is the one I'm thinking of right now. They're going to have a part-time effort to their e-commerce business, which is because they're busy, right, with other stuff. And one of the reasons they want to participate, and they will participate in the advanced group, is because they are going to surround themselves with essentially a staff of experts who are going to do the business with them. That's a really great thing. I mean, talk about an unfair advantage, right? So leveraging time. It doesn't have to be all you all the time, which you really can't be all things to all people all the time, right? So one of the things that we do here in this forum is give you an opportunity. We call this recess. Okay, you guys remember school, and you had math class and science and history, and then you'd go eat your lunch, your peanut butter and jelly or whatever they were serving, and then you'd have recess, which to me just meant playtime. I guess a recess from, your session. You're over there doing your math session. Okay, so now you're having recess. I'm not sure why they used that word, but anyway, recess. And we would play kickball with the ball, and you'd roll it and the kid would kick it and you'd run around the bases, and some kids would be playing over there with the stick or whatever, and the seesaw. You guys remember recess? I know Shaquille does. Shaquille was a recess expert. So
I lived at recess. It was my
he
favorite
mastered
class.
recess. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Recess
So
it was.
it was his favorite subject. So so you get to go just play for a half hour. So there's a balance, right? So production has to happen. Yes, productivity has to happen. You damn well better get an A on that report card. Unless you're going to go through life as a dummy or something, right? I mean, do you know how to add, subtract? And I mean, you got to read, right? So produce, right? Go do on-purpose action. Go do your work. Do the math problems. But also, as part of the curriculum, do not that, right? Do something completely bereft of that. Because as people, right, we've got to also have some semblance of balance. All right. So, and not to get too serious with you all about this, and it's why we start our Fridays with like jokes and goats and whatever, is because why so serious, right? I will tell you, and this is a topic that's come up multiple times, but I'm going to remind you again, okay? Because I need reminders too. And that is when I feel good, I do good. When I'm emotionally up, my stats are up. Alternatively, when I'm grinding in the drudgery and the seriousness of it all, oh my goodness, it's so serious. Force. Ew. All right. There was actually a book called Power versus Force. It's not on your reading list, but you can look it up if you want. It was written by an applied kinesiologist, Dr. David Hawkins, and it's The Hidden Determinants of Human Behavior. And anyway, to bring it down into very simple terms, right? People make decisions, and they'll tell you why they made that decision to buy or to not buy, to do or to not do, right? Here's why I engaged in that opportunity or refuse to engage, right? So whatever the decisions are, and they'll give you reasons, but those aren't the reasons, okay? The real reasons are the hidden determinants, which are having to do with their chronic emotional state. And Hawkins wasn't the first guy to talk about this, nor was he the best. You can go down this rabbit hole pretty far. But he put it in a way that I think was pretty understandable. If I'm approaching life as, let's say, in a chronic state of, let's say, fear, that's an emotion, right? Fear. And when I say chronic, I mean most of the time, right? Certainly, you can have highs and lows, okay? But who's showing up most of the time is someone who lives in a state of fear and trepidation, right? You'll respond or react to stimuli, to opportunities, right? To do things, to buy things, whatever, right? You'll respond differently than the person who is chronically at let's say, enthusiasm. Very different. Same data, same opportunity, same product, same whatever, okay? Completely different perspectives of that. So one of the things that we have to do, I think, is keep our emotional state up. Why all the personal development stuff? To state the obvious, if you ask me, right? I work twice as hard on me as I do on any like business methods and stuff. Right? That was a directive that we got from the late Jim Rohn. Work twice as hard on yourself as you do on your business, whatever your business is, right? And so while you may come here and get a little boost, and I hope you do, right? And hopefully it's instructive as well. I'm not teaching you e-commerce methods. Rachel and Adam and Amy, they got all that handled. They know way more than I do about that. You know more than I do about that. That's your world. You go be the expert at that, right? But what we get when we get together as people is intangible, and it fuels all the doingness, all the work, so-called work that you're going to be doing. What is the work as it relates to the application of the methods you're applying here? Well, it's basically setting up the receiving pipelines, right? Here's all the buy buttons on all the products I have now, and let's go ahead and receive something here. So your outflowing of effort results in the inflowing of the currency, right? The recompense for your outflow. The currents go out, the currents go in. But who's sending the currents out? Well, hopefully somebody who's up and who has enough, available attention that you're not just, right here. You're able to look, you're able to confront the marketplace, and you're able to see, you know what? I think Scott would like that. One of the things that my wife does in we run a branding and marketing agency, is one of the things she does when she consults like high level clients. These are people that pay tens of thousands of dollars, right, to get businesses going and automations and all this and branding, right? But one of the things that she works out with them is what they call the ICA, the ideal customer avatar. The ideal customer avatar. So what that would be is a mocked up person. Here's a person who doesn't exist, we're going to call him Bob. All right. So here's Bob, and he buys all my stuff. You see, Bob loves everything I put out. Let's go ahead and figure out who Bob is now. Right. So Bob, well, he's 43 years old, and he's got 2 kids, married, and he works a job. He probably could, lose a few pounds. And so we're mocking up the ideal customer avatar as Bob. All right, we name him and everything, and we sell directly to Bob. There is no Bob, okay? Although there's millions of Bobs. There's millions of Bobs, all right? The point is that we're connecting with this ideal avatar, right? So an avatar would be a representative of another thing, like the movie Avatar. You guys remember that movie, which was very well done. I hear there's another one coming out. Did you guys hear about this? The next Avatar movie, it's supposed to be this big deal. I'm sure it will be. What did they spend like $1 billion on the first one? But in that movie, right, there was this artificially made body that was then piloted by someone using the brain waves and the wires and whatever, and they got to go be that body and operate that body out in public, right? So we're targeting, right? We're communicating to this avatar, which is a representative of, here's the marketplace, here are the people that we're looking to connect with. The point with all that is that you got to connect. People buy from people they know, like, and trust. Okay. And this isn't like a high level sales training, although that's what I do with most of my clients, right? But the idea that if you're vanilla, you're ignored. If you're falling on deaf ears, right? If you're trying to be all things to all people all the time, no. Sell to Bob. And there's millions of Bobs. Don't worry about it. But sell to Bob, right? So mock that up. Now, right now, do you all feel like you all have more understanding of Susan, who's got her hand up? Susan, will bring you out here. So if you were selling something to Susan right now, okay, what do we know about Susan? Goats, chickens, green eggs, right? There's a whole lifestyle that goes on with that. It's not my lifestyle, by the way. I can't tell you anything about goats and green eggs, right? We're having possums come eat cat food or something. I don't have cats or possums or cat food. So Susan, save me. What am I talking about here, Susan? Am I making a point? I hope so.
Okay, I'm going back to your recess. It's important to have a recess, whether it's a physical something that you're doing, you're taking a break from work, even schoolwork, you're taking a break. And during that time, your brain kind of gets away from that work stuff that you were concentrating so hard on. And then all of a sudden, oh yeah, that's what I should have done. You know, your problems just kind of get fixed. You understand things when you're away from it. And recess is really important. And we all need to take recess. And that's all I got to say.
Thank you.
I'm taking
Thank you for
recess
joining
with the
us.
goats now.
Yes, please do. And thank you for joining us for recess today. That's it, guys. We're going to change the name of these sessions to recess.
There you go.
Hi, Pat. Come on out here, Pat.
Well, I was just going to say basically the same thing. I order my day. I start at 7, and I do all my personal things. And then from 10 to 11:30, I work on the LHS stuff. But then from 11:30 to 12:15, I take a break. And then in the afternoon from 4:30 to 5:30, I take another break because, you know, I can't keep going full blast. That's one of the nice things about teaching is that you get 1 or 2 free periods a day, you know, and, you know, basically we do correcting papers and things, but there's social time and it rejuvenates your body and your brain and it makes you ready to go back into the fray, whatever it is.
Right, right. Yeah, great observations, Pat. And we do that. I think we can do that throughout the day. You don't need, you know, John Lavinia here to tell you, hey, it's time to go take a break from, you know, whatever you've been obsessing over, right? Which I can easily do. Not take breaks, but obsess, right? I can easily do that. Next thing you know, I haven't eaten in 9 hours. And like I'm starting to squint, you know, I can barely see the computer screen anymore, right? So that's just I know that's in my nature to do that, is to just keep hitting it, which is a blessing, right? No one gets a demerit for being focused, but I could take it to an extreme if I'm interested, right? Hopefully you guys are interested in your business. So just watch for that, you know, watch for that. See how you can take little breaks. In fact, I know one guy, a coach who says he sets his timer for 50 minutes, 50, and then 10-minute break. So 15 minutes, 10 minutes break. I don't know. That sounds, I'm not willing to do that. Maybe he's right. Maybe I'm right. I don't know. Okay. But that's his method. Shaquille, hello. Shaquille.
Hey, yeah, I just wanted to chime in and share too, because like when you said that you can go like almost a whole day grinding and like, you know, like not eat, like I do that too. But and that's a part of the reason why I wasn't on the call yesterday was because I was working on some edits for a video and I was grinding and I was just too into it to join the call. But I was like, man, I want to get you know, I want to join the call, but I need to do this, you know. But anyway, what I wanted to say is that I watched a video where it was this dude who's like, he makes a lot of money. He's like a multi-millionaire. He has a company and whatever. And like how he runs his company is that he makes it mandatory that his his team takes time to stop and play. like stop and like throw darts, like stop and play pool, like stop and screw around for a little bit. And then like that helps them to like stay in the fight, that they don't, that they don't break up work and play too much, because then if they take a break for too long or something, then it's hard to build up that momentum again. And so it's kind of like what he was talking about that he does is that he'll complete a task, like he'll work for like 1 or 2 hours, like hard, and then after that he's gonna go play a video game for like 10 or 20 minutes. Like he goes and screws around, like he makes sure that all of his toys are kind of at his place of work, and like it's helped him to stay productive over a long run. And like I typed in the chat that like I need to play more, but like honestly I kind of do the same thing. And it's like my personality is like, it's like that. Like I have a lot of earth and a lot of fire in my chart, so I'm like scorched earth, so I'm like passionate but I'm practical. So like I can be really serious, but then I can just start laughing, like kind of like not bipolar. You might think I'm crazy, but like being able to like shift like that, to go from grinding hard and then now I'm gonna go and screw around for a little bit and like take that what you call out of that like that kind of that like huge monumental task that you kind of put all of your like eggs in, that I need to do this, I need to crush it. Like that kind of expectation on yourself can make you underperform, or it can be overwhelming. So when you kind of just have it all being like, I'm just going for it, like I'm just kind of playing, but I'm also working too, and I mix the two in, it can be an interesting experiment to run.
Right. Good stuff. Hey guys, Shaquille's he's an observer of life. I mean, some of the stuff coming out of your mouth, man, I'm like, yeah, great stuff. Thank you, brother. Really glad you're here. Hey, Brenda. Hi, Brenda. How are you? Let's get Brenda unmute her microphone. Brenda.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Hello, my friend.
Okay. I was in the medical field for like 50 years, and I can tell you that rarely did I ever get a break in the middle of the day. And it was like on your day off is when you enjoy whatever. So I'm all with you, Susan, regarding the chickens and the pigs and the ducks and the goats, whatever you have. Yes, I'm all there. Had them all in my life. And so that was my diversion from all this heavy duty healthcare day in and day out. I definitely think that recess is an important part, and I am now learning how to play. So Shaquille, I'm getting there too. I think that recess is real important, because I think you get burned out if you just stay focused so long for so much, and then it's like it all becomes a blur. So I think taking time out and to refocus and to regroup is always a good thing. Thank you, John, for letting me speak.
Thank you, Brenda. So glad you're here. And you were dealing with life and death situations, right? Medical, and yeah, it's heavy duty, right? So
Yes.
Gotta be able to detach a little bit and yeah, get back to center. Awesome stuff,
When you
guys.
focus, when you focus on your life and your health and your death, then it really changes all of your perspectives, and things that were once important are not as important.
Yeah, perspective, right? You guys getting any ideas for coffee cups? I am, right? Hey, Arlene and Pat again. All right, so we're gonna wrap up because we're coming up towards the top of the hour. We got Arlene, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Arlene. Let's get your microphone unmuted.
Okay, there we go. I'm so
There
sorry.
you are.
Hi, folks. I just wanted to add on to what Brenda had to say. It has been a lot of trials and tribulations with me, but I'm still hanging in there. And I'm so proud of myself, because I never thought I had this courage to be able to do this. Even, sometimes I get this, some days I have so much confidence, and some days I don't, because I'm not here with you guys as much. And it really does affect me. And I just want to say thank you.
Oh, well, you're so welcome. Glad you're here, Arlene. And you've got a picture of a black chicken. We were just talking about black
No.
chicken.
It's actually not a black chicken. It's kind of blue and it's by Iris Scott. I just bought it from her because I saw her on the net and
Uh-huh.
she does beautiful work and she's just real prolific with her art. And I got it on print, on canvas prints,
Wow.
and I got a discount on it. And it's one of her prints, and it's
Well, there you go.
on canvas.
I just think that it's remarkable that we were just talking about oddly colored chickens, and there's
Wow.
that. See that, guys? Law of attraction. You ask for it, you
It's kind
got
of
it.
blue and black, and it's got all
I
kinds
know.
of colors.
I know. We were talking about blue and green eggs and purple and everything else, and there it is.
I love chickens.
Great, and they love you. That is awesome. All right,
Thank
good
you.
to see you, Arlene.
Thank you.
Glad you're able to be here today. Guys, we are going to wrap up here pretty soon. Pat's hand is up again, and so is Shaquille's. Pat and Shaquille, and then we're going to wrap it up. Hey, Pat.
Okay. I was just going to say that I think I told you before that I've always let my students, if they get tired of doing math, take out your spelling, and then I have the table in the back where they could take a 5-minute break. My husband was at that time was a very high-powered individual. He'd
Mhm.
start something, he wouldn't stop. Sometimes he worked till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. If he started to paint a room, he couldn't stop with a wall, and we'll finish it tomorrow.
Right.
And he caused me so much stress that I wound up in the hospital. And my doctor told me, you're going to get ulcers, you're going to do this. If you have to stop at 9 o'clock, you stop. You don't try to keep up with them. And one night I did. I stopped, I took a shower, and I was sitting and setting my hair when he came out and he says, I can't believe you're doing this. I said, what do you mean? I said, I worked for 3 hours after work doing this, and my doctor told me I have to stop. He said, yeah, but you don't even feel guilty about it. And you can get that attitude, from people. And I related it to what I was doing with my kids in school. I said, you got to teach yourself to do that. You got to step back, and take a break, and move on. And he never learned to do it, but I did, and I drove him crazy.
Thank you, Pat. Thank you for sharing. So glad you're here, my friend. All right, Shaquille.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk too long, but I just wanted to say I appreciate what you had said, John. And also, Pat, that was an excellent point, though, that to go at your own pace. You know what I mean? That's really important. And I feel like I just said I'm not going to talk for too long, but recently I've just been working a lot and feeling like, man, I need to catch up, or that I'm going too slow or something like that. But taking that stress off of me and just realizing I'm trying as hard as I can and I'm doing as good as I can. You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna not chill, but I'm just not gonna beat myself up. I'm going as fast as I can. You know what I mean? And so to just remember to go at your own pace. But also I wanted to say that I put out a video called Be a Warrior, Not a Worrier, kind of addressing what we're talking about. So if you guys are interested, you can check that out. And I have another one that's a bomb video talking about a formula that you can that you can employ to get over procrastination or anything like that. So enough plugging myself. I love you all. Thank you for listening to me ramble. Yeah.
Thank you, Shaquille. All right, what a crew we've got here. Wow. Hey, you know what? We've been hearing from some of the usual suspects here, especially this past week. I want to invite you all. We're going to get together again next week, starting Monday, of course. You've got a voice here. We want to hear from you. All right. So just so you know, you're not alone in all this, right? You got a lot of friends here. So Anyway, I'm going to get on with the rest of my total insanity calendar. And everyone who's calling me, I'll call back. And I will see you guys back here next Monday. Get with your accountability reps. If you're new here, going through the accelerator program and develop some consistency, because this is going to work for you, right? I mean, at this point, it's working for so many people, and you're in the right place. So thank you all. Make it a great weekend. We'll see you guys again.